WGN investigates the future of downtown Chicago.
With office occupancies at record lows and a new plan to reinvent the city's financial district, we're taking an in-depth look at the problems and possibility. WGN investigative reporter Ben Bradley has that story.
Chicago is doing better than some other big cities at seeing people return to work, and the number of people living in the Loop has grown significantly in recent years. So the question for City Hall and developers is, do you pray the office market returns or pivot in a new direction? It's been 4 years since COVID silenced Chicago's central business district, leading to a rapid rise in remote work and a hollowing of the city's core that continues to this day.
The big jarring fact is it happens so quickly, and so that's just creating all these ripple effects.
While COVID may be in the rearview mirror, the work from home trend shows no signs of slowing.
We just don't have the same number of people working in the Loop as we did before.
Experts say there was a hope that by now more workers would have returned to the office full time, but a glut of empty space remains a fact of life in the Loop.
We haven't hit the bottom yet.
Farzan Parang is head of Chicago's Building Owners and Managers Association.
So you've got in this market now a really big mismatch between the supply of office space and the demand for office space, and until that, until they meet somewhere in the middle, it's going to cause a lot of pain for people from all over the city.
At the end of March, the total downtown office vacancy rate jumped to 25.1%, a new record high.
And it's something like 16 Willis Towers worth of empty space.
Or a total of more than 33 million square feet throughout the downtown.
So while it sounds like a big number, I'm hopeful that we've really hit that peak.
That remains to be seen, but for now the trend is heading in the opposite direction. At the end of 2018, the downtown vacancy rate stood at 13.4%. It has increased each of the last 5 years, reaching a record high at the close of last year and continuing to climb in the first quarter of this year.
So I really think it's that tale of two cities.
Kelsey Shive represents office landlords in lease transactions. She says companies are still taking space at so-called trophy towers.
Everybody says flight to quality. To me, it's really, what's that flight to experience?
Meaning companies are still leasing space in newer buildings filled with amenities and restaurants. But some older properties, which have workspaces but no play spaces, struggle to retain and attract tenants.
So if you look at vacancy in those trophy buildings where they have all of the amenities, really robust food and beverage offerings, that vacancy percentage is really, the availability is just over 11%. So it's showing that people want to be in these high caliber buildings.
Meanwhile, many older properties, like some along Salle Street, in the heart of the city's financial district, sit empty.
For a portion of time, this was the modern part of their campus.
A visual tribute to a bygone era of office work.
The sector goes through cycles. It's not like a lot of other cycles.
Recently, Mayor Brandon Johnson backed a plan to repurpose 4 office buildings in the financial district to include 1,000 units of housing, 300 of which would be affordable. At a news conference to announce the project, dubbed Salle Street Reimagined, the mayor said more than $150 million in tax dollars would fuel an attempt to flip the narrative on the central business district.
Our adaptive reuse projects preserve the downtown's history while taking the opportunity to reshape and grow an inclusive and stronger downtown.
The mayor is betting on veteran developers Quentin Primo and Michael Reschke. They're currently transforming the old State of Illinois building into Google's Chicago headquarters. They're also teaming up to convert this historic high-rise just off LaSalle. Do you view this as a risky project?
All real estate investment is risky because you're building for a cycle 5 years from now. However, there are ways to address that risk and mitigate that risk, and certainly part of it are receiving subsidized funds from government-related entities that help us share that risk in public-private partnerships.
Their vision for the $202 million project? It consists of 345 housing units, including 105 affordable units, plus a 200-room hotel.
But most importantly, this is empty.
Yeah.
So we will activate this with people, with activity, which will generate revenues and taxes and vibrancy. So it'll be just the opposite of this.
They're solving the problem many office conversions have, a lack of sunlight in views, by punching out the center of the building to make an interior courtyard. City Hall has pledged $40 million for this project.
On a normal day before COVID, we had 700 to 800,000 people come and work and thrive downtown in the Loop. Now that's probably half that level, and on Tuesday through Thursday, and then Monday and Friday are maybe a quarter of that level. That vibrancy is missing.
And while there's hope the Salle Street projects will help restore some of that vibrancy by increasing the number of people living in the Loop.
We think every employee should be able to work close to work. Many of the hotel workers, the restaurant workers here in the Loop there's no housing in which to live that's close by.
But not everyone views the plan as a long-term solution, believing City Hall's focus should be on growing the business base in the Loop versus replacing empty offices with housing and hotels.
I don't see it as a magic bullet. The Loop is a commercial area, and I think it's going to remain that way. It's just not going to be as valuable as it was before.
These 4 conversion projects would reduce the current office vacancy rate on the Salle Street corridor by 25%. Construction could begin as soon as early next year. Back to you.